Hi, this is Craig Smith with Europa Property Magazine, and I'm here today with Julian Szumowski, who is the organizer of the White Collar Boxing Gala.
Yes.
So, Julian, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And I understand that we were here last year talking about the second annual. Now we're here talking about the third annual. So tell us a little bit about. I know you raised a lot of money in the past. Everyone likes these galas because of money you can raise for the charities. I know in the past you've raised different amounts over the last years.
Yeah, you're right. We talked before the last gala in May. At the last gala in Warsaw, we raised over 70,000 zł for Szlachetna Paczka.
Wow, okay.
We had about 7 or 8 fights. We had a famous UFC fighter fighting against a journalist. Do you remember that fight, the heavyweights?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the main fight was a priest, the founder of Szlachetna Paczka, fighting against Andrzej Supron, the wrestler. We also had the actor Wojtek Zieliński fighting again against the Runmageddon founder. That was quite an aggressive fight.
Another big one, yeah.
That was another big one because the guy, I mean, I didn't expect, but this gala, we had about 3 or 4 knockdowns, something that we haven't had in the past fights. Maybe it's the...
So your galas have raised between like 70 and 230,000.
Yeah, about 2 days ago. About 2 days ago, we had the anniversary of the Poznan Gala, which was a record-breaking gala because of the fact how much money we raised. At the time, we raised 230,000 for children's oncology.
Wow!
We had the president of the mayor of Poznań, I should say, fighting Przemek Saleta, but we had the A-League businessmen also taking part and fighting. The whole thing was live on television. We had 6 or 7 fights, ring girls, fantastic celebrities on the night.
Ring girls. Okay.
What else do you want? What else do you want?
And so tell us, how do you actually raise the money? How is this done?
Okay, so the way the fighters raise money is each of them has a custom-made application, which is just for them, and throughout the training, which is free, throughout the 8 weeks. They ask their friends to support them by donating money into their personal account. Now, before they even step into the ring, we have an amount that's already been
donated
gathered for the charity that we have. George Muller, for example, last year raised over 12 or 15,000 zloty before he even went into the ring.
Okay, great. So great for these charities. So now, do you have a charity already for this year?
We don't have a charity. I'm talking to our partners. We want to make the right choice. We're open to discussion. I'm talking to partners about this, but I'm sure the one we'll choose will be something that grabs the heart.
Right. Okay. So yeah, always helping children or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's the children. Everybody wants to help children.
So you work with your partners, meaning your sponsors of the event or your corporate sponsors. If they've got a special charity, you can take a look at that.
Of course. And the record's great. I mean, in 4 galas we've raised over 500,000 zloty. That's an average of 125,000 zloty per gala. And who knows, there's no limit to how much we can collect if we have the right people taking part in this.
So tell us a little bit also about the fighters. How does this work?
The
how do you
fighters,
decide them, pick them?
There is no level that makes it impossible to take part in this. We attract people that really put the gloves on for the first time. Somebody like that was this was one of our sponsors, the Sushi Zushi, one of the Zushi owners.
And what do you have here? Because I don't think
this is one of the shirts that we had at the gala. You either get a blue one or a red one.
All right.
And these are some of our sponsors. Les Mess, a gentleman called Guy Pinsent fought at the gala on the 13th of May. Yeah, we had Sushi Zushi. Szlachetna Paczka was the charity that we were saving, collecting money for. We had the owner of Runmageddon, the founder of Runmageddon Fighting. Now, the whole thing's made by Pitbull Sports, and I just wanted to say we're going to have a little competition today. We want to give this shirt out. This is an unlimited, or should I say limited?
Unlimited shirts.
Unlimited, limited edition that we're willing to give out to somebody out there. They only made 20 shirts of these, and the competition is you have to tell us which famous boxer was undefeated for about 48 fights. Not about, for exactly 48 fights. And a little hint, this fighter also took part in the first Business Boxing Polska Gala in Poznań. Now, if you know the answer, put it in the comments, and on the 10th of November,
we'll
do
a little drawing. We'll do a little drawing to see who wins the shirt.
That person will win this wonderful shirt. It's still got a label on it, so nobody's worn it. Nobody apart from Craig, because Craig's promised to put this on today.
Yeah, well,
Craig, if I
put it on, that means you're going to have me as a boxer, probably.
Am I going to lose? Yeah. Is the value going to go down? Okay, let's keep it here then. Yeah,
probably you'll go up. Yeah. So okay. So who do you have do you have all the fighters that you need now, or are you still looking for some other ones?
We're constantly looking for more, but we have a very solid foundation of fighters at the moment. We're looking at people from the real estate world. George Muller has a draw on his boxing record, and he's still looking for that win. So
it must be irritating, George, knowing George. Yeah,
he hasn't said no.
Okay,
we're talking to some big companies. I recently talked to a gentleman called Mariusz Kozłowski from Liebrecht & Woods.
Liebrecht & Woods. Yeah, sure. I know Mariusz.
He said he wants to nominate somebody from the board because he's a boxing fan himself.
Oh, okay.
I've been mailing Griffith Real Estate as well. They seem interested. I'm supposed to have a call in about 10 minutes from them.
Griffin, yeah? Griffin.
Yes,
okay.
Griffin.
Good. All right.
Darren Haynes-Powell has expressed interest.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe Guy Pinsent might want to fight again. I have a gentleman called Emil Jędrzejewski, who is the business partner of Robert Lewandowski. They are together building a special sports clinic in Warsaw. And he said not only will he be able to get cool gadgets for the gala, he might even bring Robert Lewandowski himself down at the gala.
Very nice.
Let's hope people don't want too many autographs for him.
So tell us a little bit more about the gala itself. I went for the last couple of years. We had a company.
You've enjoyed it. Why have you enjoyed it? What's made the gala good for you?
Well, let's talk about what's good, what you think is good there.
Okay.
And what do you think people will? I mean, what are they going to experience? They buy a corporate table. They bring a few clients.
Yeah. Basically, what we get to experience is people, the fighters themselves, going through amazing emotions, something that they'll cherish and remember for the rest of their lives. You got to remember, these people they're not professional fighters. When they enter the ring with their favourite song in the background. Before they enter, they have a film about them. And we have a 1-minute film about who they are, why they're fighting, and so on. So above anything else, we celebrate those people.
Oh, you're making films of them. Oh, I always like films of me, so that's already starting to sound interesting.
We do a 1-minute motivational film about why they're fighting. Above all, we celebrate the people who are fighting in the ring. Of course, there is a verdict at the end of the fight, but there are no losers on the night. When you're all a part of collecting money for a charity and making the event something fantastic, everybody's the winner.
That's always the most
Above all, another thing, the ring girls. Everybody loves the ring girls. We have stunning, attractive ring girls.
Like them, yeah.
Everybody take pictures with them. They hold the rounds. It's practically like a professional boxing gala, but we have auctions as well on the night, which means you're not just a passive guest, which is cheering for your fighter, but you also get to take part in some really cool auctions. Some of these auctions in the past have been, we've auctioned off a Tag Heuer watch that went for about 8,000 zloty. We had a barrel of whiskey that went for about 30,000 zloty. We had Robert Lewandowski's shirt, which is always very popular at these events.
Sure.
We had Krychowiak, a famous Polish footballer. He said that he would give a free training session to anybody, and that went for about 10,000 zloty at the Warsaw Gala.
So for these corporate guys that want to buy a table, bring some clients, they come in, it's 6, 7 o'clock at night, there's opening cocktails, they can mix and mingle with people.
Champagne, wine, the atmosphere is fantastic.
Watch some boxing, have some fun.
Take part in the auctions, take a lot of pictures. The pictures are fantastic. Maybe some of these amateur fights aren't as good when you watch them on video, when you compare them to professional fights, but let me tell you, the pictures are fantastic. Most of the fighters put those pictures in a framed picture in their office, and I've seen the mayor of Poznań do that. I've seen the vice minister of sport, which took part a year ago. They all have memories for the rest of their lives.
Right. So what does it cost to be a corporate sponsor, or to buy a table, to bring people? What are the
cost
options?
of a gold table is 10,000 zloty.
Okay.
Then we go, the silver one is 7,500 zloty. These are 10-person tables, and the standard one is 5,000 zloty.
And you have about 300 people there from,
I would say we have
VIPs
about 300
and
people.
corporate directors. And
the whole thing is we have live transmission. Maybe we'll be able to get the regional television this year.
Oh, okay.
If we can get a politician involved. that's a very possible thing.
And how much can you get, like, these fighters that are raising money? Because, we're always interested at Europa Property raising money for different charities. Sure. So what do you expect from the fighters? How much money do you want to get from, let's say, each fighter?
The minimum amount, because the training is free, the equipment is free, the minimum amount that I hope to get from each fighter is 1,000 Zs. But this has been exceeded.
1,000?
1,000 Zs, the minimum amount is 1,000 Zs, but there have been fighters who have raised over 50,000 zloty.
Really? Holy cow. Wow, okay.
In Poznań we had a gentleman called Michał Grzybkowski. He's the business partner of Sebastian Kulczyk. He raised 50,000 zloty, and it wasn't just a rich uncle who nominated, supported him. He got this money from 300 different people. So the more you get involved with this charity, the more you realize there's a deeper meaning to what you're doing, the more of an experience these galas can be for you.
Oh, that's really interesting. So 300 people donated this much money. Yeah.
300 different people, and before each fighter fights, we say how much they were able to gather. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. Well, we have about 2,000 people watching this video over the next 2 weeks. So
I hope to get the real estate world involved more this year, as we know that it's quite a competitive field out there, and if you can, and if there's anybody out there who's thinking about boxing, or maybe there's somebody in your company who's slacking off a little bit, you need to motivate them the right way, and maybe nominate them to fight. And trust me, for 8 weeks, this is going to be. There's no better motivation to get into shape with us than the thought of actually fighting in 8 weeks' time. Not in just a boxing gym, but in front of 300, 400 people who know you, who are cheering. It's a very emotional experience, and I told you, Greg, before, we had a gentleman that fought recently under the Runmageddon flag. He was the guy who was the founder of these very popular races in Poland. And he was talking about this in front of 5,000 people recently at a motivational conference. Showed the video from the film. People were were cheering as if the whole thing was live, and he said one of the most emotional things for him was when his dad came to him and said how proud he was, even though he lost.
Right. Well, that's really nice. Well, we have about, like you said, about 2,000 people that'll watch this over the next 2 weeks, I think. If we get 10,000 zlotys from people that are watching it, donating, then I'll fight. But they have to agree to put in 10,000.
You will fight.
If they put in 10,000, the people on this that are watching this video. And if we get 10,000, I'll throw in another 10,000 of my own money into this charity.
So,
we'll
is there anybody that you want to fight specifically, or are you willing to fight anybody out there?
We'll see how that goes.
But
we'll see how this works.
That's
and see if anyone actually does it. All right. So tell us about the shirt. You want to give the shirt out again?
Like I said, we want to give this shirt out. It's a limited edition. It has all the sponsors that we had last year in May, and we're willing to give this out if you can answer the question about who was the famous Polish boxer who was undefeated for 48 fights and who also fought at the first gala in Poznań against the mayor of Poznań, Jacek Jaśkowiak.
And they have till November 10th.
You have till the 10th of November to answer this question, and then we'll
do a little
put your name in a little draw, and you might be that very lucky person that gets to wear this as soon as the weather improves a little bit.
Excellent. Well, we'll see if we get 10,000 zlotys.
Fantastic. I'm surprised, Craig. I
always like to help out your charities. It's always good to help out these little guys. So, anything else you want to talk about the gala with the website address?
I'd just like to tell people, if you go on businessboxingpolska.com, you'll find my contact details there. If you want to contact me and ask me any questions, and most likely we'll begin the training sometime mid-February, I would think, once the Christmas period is over and people have, been on their ski holidays. Then we go for this 8-week training course, throughout which you collect money for charity, and then there's this amazing night that we have at probably the Legia Fight Club on the 14th of April, which will be an unforgettable experience for anybody involved in the project. And I hope to see you, Craig, in the ring then.
Well, let's see what if the viewers are interested.
Do you know what your song would be? Do you know what your favourite song would be?
Well, let's see how we get if we get close to this 10,000. I'll have to think about it. All right.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Julian, thank you very much.
All the best.